students of class 12. In accountancy, last day we have discussed about dissolution of partnership, dissolution of firm, their differences and different types of dissolution, that means different modes of dissolution. Okay, today I am going to discuss with you topic number 3 and topic number 4a. Topic number 3 is regarding settlement of accounts. It means when a partnership firm is dissolved, then how the accounts are settled between the partners and between the firm and other parties. In this point, section 48 of Partnership Act is important. Section 48 of Partnership Act 1932 states that subject to agreement among the partners, the following rules shall apply. There are 2 points here, number A and number B. Number A and number B. Number A is regarding treatment of losses. Number A, treatment of losses. So, as per Partnership Act 1932, section 48, losses including deficiency of capital shall be paid. That means when there are losses in the firm, or when a partner has deficiency in his capital account, or other partners have deficiency in their capital account, that shall be paid first out of profit, next out of partner's capital account, and lastly, if any, by the partners individually in their profit sharing ratio. This is given under section 48 subsection A in Partnership Act 1932. Number B is regarding application of assets. That means assets of the firm including the amounts contributed by partners to make up the deficiency of capital are applied in the following manner and order. It means that the assets of the firm and the amount which a partner contributes to make up his deficiency of capital, these are to be used in the following order. First, they are to be used in paying firm's debt to third parties. It means when the firm has a debt to third parties, say third party loan, creditors, bills payable, etc., they are to be paid first. Second, in paying each partner ratably on account of advances loan. If the firm has taken loan from a partner or more than one partner, these loans are to be paid next, ratably. Ratably means as per the proportion of loan. Suppose after payment of the debt to third parties, if the amount available is not able to pay the full loan of the partners, then the loans are to be returned in the ratio of available amount. Third number, in paying each partner ratably on account of capital. After paying the loans or advances to partner, the firm has to settle the accounts of partner, and that is also ratably. Here the word ratably is important. Ratably means according to rate, that means according to the ratio. And last, if residue is there, if something remains, that is to be distributed among the partners in their PSR. PSR stands for profit sharing ratio. This is given in section 48 subsection B. So, these are the 2 things in point number 3, settlement of accounts. That means how do we settle the accounts of partners. Now, for clarification of these 2 points, there is one illustration and one homework. Illustration number 1, A and B are partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio 3:2. Mrs. A has given a loan of rupees 20,000 to the firm, and the firm has taken a loan of rupees 10,000 from B. Here there are 2 types of loans. Some loan is given by Mrs. A. Remember, partners are A and B, that means Mr. A and Mr. B are partners. Mrs. A is not partner. Mrs. A is the wife of Mr. A. So, Mrs. A has given some loan. Similarly, B has also given loan. B means the partner has given the loan. The firm was dissolved and its assets were realized rupees 25,000. You see here, we have to pay total loan rupees 30,000. 20,000 to Mrs. B and 10,000 to Mr. A. But the firm has only 25,000 cash after realizing the assets. So this 25,000 cannot be paid to both of them. So the preference will be in this manner. First of all, we have to pay Mrs. A's loan of rupees 20,000. After payment of Mrs. A's loan of 20,000, rupees 5,000 will be remaining, and that will be paid to Mr. B for his loan, against his loan. So solution is, as per section 48 of Partnership Act 1932, Mrs. A's loan of rupees 20,000 will be paid first. After payment of Mrs. A's loan, the remaining rupees 5,000 will be paid to Mr. B for his loan. Okay, and rupees 5,000 still remaining is B's loan cannot be paid. So this is the way of making payment. That means a settlement of accounts. Homework 1. You are given homework 1. All the partners decide to dissolve the firm on 31st March 20. B, a partner demand that his loan of rupees 1 lakh should be paid before the payment of Mrs. A's loan of rupees 50,000. But A, the other partner, demand that Mrs. A's loan should be paid before payment of B's loan. So your work is to say who is correct with reason. I am telling the answer of this question also. Here also we have to pay first Mrs. A's loan, and then we have to pay Mr. B's loan. So A is correct and B is not correct. The demand of B is not correct, but what is stated by A is correct. First Mrs. A's loan is to be paid, and then Mr. B's loan is to be paid. Okay. Now the third point, number C point, is regarding firm's debts and private debts. There are two types of debts in a partnership. Some loan is taken by the firm, that is called firm's debt, and some loan is taken by the partners, that is called private debts of partners. As per section 49 of Partnership Act 1932, following rules apply in case of firm's debt and partners' private debt. Number 1. Firm's property is applied first to pay the firm's debt, and surplus, if any, is divided among the partners as per their claim so as to pay their personal liabilities. That means firm's assets are to be used first to pay the firm's debt, and if something remains after paying the firm's debt, the balance can be given to partners so that they can pay their private debts. Second point, partner's private property is first applied to pay his private debt, and surplus, if any, is applied to pay the firm debt if firm's liabilities exceed the firm's asset. It means if the partner has some asset that is to be utilized first to pay his private debt, and if surplus remains, that means if anything balance remains, that is to be used to pay the firm's debt, that means firm's liabilities, if firm's liabilities are more than firm's asset. So this is regarding firm's debt and private debt of partners. But remember, here private property of partner does not include the private property of spouse and children. Spouse here means husband or wife. For wife, spouse means husband, and for husband, spouse means wife, and children means the children. So when we apply the partner's property, partner's private property, we should not include the property of partner's wife or husband and children. Now topic number 4A. 4A is missing here. There was a typing mistake. So it should be 4A, not 4. 4A, accounting treatment. That means preparation of accounts on dissolution of firm. So it is earlier told that when the firm is dissolved, we have to sell all the asset, realizable asset. We have to pay all the liabilities. We have to pay partner's loan, that means refund partner's loan, and we have to refund partner's capital. So books of accounts are ultimately closed. Now to close the books of accounts, we need to prepare 3 main accounts. Though we may require to prepare 4, 5, 6 accounts, but these are the 3 main accounts we need to prepare when the partnership firm is dissolved. Number 1 is realization account. This is prepared to record disposal of assets and settlement of liabilities and resulting gain or loss. That means in this account we show total asset transferred, total liabilities transferred, sale of assets, settlement of liabilities, and the profit or loss on account of such settlement and realization. That profit or loss is called gain on realization or loss on realization. Second account is partners' capital accounts. These are prepared to find what is due to them or from them. Sometimes some money is due by the firm to the partner. So that is clear by the credit balance of partners' capital account. That is called amount due to them. And sometimes a partner has debit balance. So that is called due from them. So firm has to receive from them. To know these two things, what is due to them and what is due from them, we have to prepare partners' capital accounts in the columnar form. And the third account is cash account or bank account. Remember, only one account is opened, either cash account or bank account. Normally we are asked to prepare bank account, and this is prepared to record receipt payment for asset, liabilities and capital. Whatever is received by the firm, either from selling asset or from the partners, and whatever is paid by the firm, either for payment of liabilities or refund of capital, everything is to be recorded in bank account. What these three accounts include? These accounts and their contents are explained in the next page. So we will discuss next day what is to be included in first account, second account, third account. That means how these three accounts are prepared, what are their formats, what are their balances, and what we do with the balances. That means what is done with the balance of realization account, what is done with the balance of capital account, and what is done with the balance of bank account. Okay, it's all right.